The term data mining is thrown around quite frequently, but what does it actually mean? In this video, I will explain what data mining actually is, what it's used for, how it's done, and also give my 2 cents about it. So let's get started. In today's world, companies tend to collect all sorts of data, but this data is often unstructured, messy, and doesn't provide much value or insights in this form. Like, for example, take a bunch of comments written down in the comment section on YouTube. When collected, it's just a bunch of text and not very useful. But you could use techniques of data mining to actually try to get some information out of it. You could try to cluster them and maybe discover patterns, or you could try to analyze them and extract the sentiment to determine whether it's a positive or a negative comment. You could even try to extract what the comment is positive or negative about, and so on and so forth. So data mining is basically the process of extracting useful information from data. Is data mining the same as machine learning then? Not really, even though it also falls into the broader area of data science. But machine learning models and techniques are often used in data mining to gather information. Some machine learning related techniques that are commonly used in data mining are, for example, classification, which is grouping elements based on a specified category. Another commonly used technique is clustering, that is grouping elements based on an unspecified category. Also, you can use regression, which is predicting future values, as well as sequence and path analysis to calculate chains of events. Data mining methods can be predictive or descriptive in nature. Predictive methods, as the name might suggest, are predicting future values. So, for example, a sales forecast would be a predictive method. On the other hand, descriptive methods help to reason about the present and the past. For example, the clustering of customers is a descriptive method because you try to understand, segment, and describe your current customer base better. Okay, got it, but what is data mining actually used for? One of the main use cases of data mining can be summed up as data-driven decision making. See, in business, people need to make decisions all the time. When to launch the new product, where to build the next store, how to improve public perception, and so on and so forth. Every piece of correct information helps to improve decision making. In the past, many managers or executives made those decisions based on experience and gut feeling. But the more data is available and the more advanced the data mining technology gets, the more they begin to understand the impact that data-driven decision-making can bring. Even though, at least in my experience, decision-making isn't necessarily always that data-driven, often it's also driven by internal politics and other reasons, but we will get there, eventually. Another use case for data mining is to derive new machine learning related products. So when mining for information and patterns inside your data, maybe in an explorative way, you could come up with some nice chunks of information that could be the base for a new product or might help to improve your current product. So data mining isn't limited to things like KPI reporting and such, but can also be the foundation for actual products. In the literature, there is a standardized process for data mining called CRISP-DM, which stands for Cross-Industry Standard Process for Data Mining. The CRISP-DM process consists of 6 steps, and it starts with the business understanding. Obviously, to understand the data, it's a good idea to understand the business, its processes, and its constraints, since those have a direct influence on the data. The next step would be data understanding and having a deeper look at the data with the knowledge of the business side of things in mind. Do you see the first patterns? Are there systematic problems in the data? And things like that. After that comes data preparation, which can be seen as data cleaning and aggregation. As soon as the data is ready, the next step is modeling. So coming up with machine learning or statistical models to do something with the data. The 5th step is an important one, it's evaluation. You should never blindly believe the results of your models. Now is the time to make some sanity checks and try to interpret the results. And the final step is deployment. Deploy the process in an automatic or semi-automatic system. But I would like to add an additional step to this definition, which is share. After you've interpreted and evaluated the data, now it's time to tell other people about your results. Because if you don't, then what's the point of all of this? It's staggering how often it happens that someone did come up with some insights, but then those valuable insights never reach someone outside of the team to actually make a difference. Often those results now will be implemented in some sort of KPI management dashboard or put onto some PowerPoint slides. But either way, you should ensure to not just present the naked numbers, but rather also apply some storytelling about what those numbers actually represent and how to interpret them. I've been in many meetings where people just presented some spreadsheets with numbers and basically described what everybody could already see, without much context or even a thread to follow. And You could literally see how one participant after another started to fiddle with their smartphone and stopped listening. So don't make this mistake. Even though the process that I just described is the official definition for data mining, many people, me included, don't like it very much since it's too similar to KDD, which is knowledge discovery in databases. So those opposed to the crisp DM definition, since it's too closely describes the KDD process, and in this process data mining is only one part of the KDD process where algorithms and other techniques are applied to extract information from data. I personally see it the same way, even though, of course, it's a good idea to have knowledge about the business side of things, but in my opinion, data mining focuses more on the localization and extraction of valuable insights and information from data. What happens with those information is, in my opinion, no longer part of the data mining process itself. Like when you're mining for diamonds, once you've found a diamond and extracted it, that's where the mining process stops. What happens with the diamond afterwards is no longer part of the mining process. One very important thing to note is that data mining does not guarantee results. Maybe your data is too incomplete or too messy to find meaningful patterns. You and also your project lead needs to be aware of this. If you like this video, it would be awesome if you could go completely insane on that subscribe button. Also, if you like this video, you might also enjoy this video in which I talk about my experiences working as a freelance developer. Thank you very much and see you the next time.